Hello, entrepreneurs. Joe DeChara, CPA extraordinaire, coming to you live from downtown Bethpage, Long Island, New York, for another amazing episode of How to Win at Business. And good news for once from the IRS, folks. If you check your bank account, if you let me back up a second. If you got unemployment last year and you filed your tax return and you paid taxes on that money, and then they went and changed the law and said, "Oh, you didn't have to pay taxes on that money up to $10,000, uh, but don't amend your return because we're going to fix it." I found it hard to believe that they're going to fix it, and it has yet to be seen if it's fixed. But before I forget, if you're watching live on Facebook, give me a hashtag live. If you're watching a replay, give me a hashtag replay. Also, if you ever want to connect with me on your business, on taxes, on the things that I talk about here, all you got to do is go to timewithjoe.com. Or another way to connect with me is to join my free mastermind group where you go to Mastermind with Joe DeChara. All the information is there. And we meet every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. We play Jeopardy, we network, we learn, and we grow. And I see that there's a comment here already. Uh, okay, thank you. I don't know who you are because it just says Facebook user. So anyway, another thing, if you have any questions and I don't, and you post them afterwards, I always go back. You know how Facebook works. You post a question and it goes back to the person that 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 put it there, I guess. I don't know how it works, but all I know is when people respond to my Facebook lives, I get a message. I'm not going to tell you I know how it works. I know how taxes work. I know how the IRS works, but take my word for it. If you put a question in there, I will answer it. So let's get back to the task at hand, which is let's go through what is actually happening because the first thing, and I came across this article yesterday, uh, and surprisingly, you would think that the IRS would send a letter or something, but even if they did, there's no guarantee they're going to get it with knowing how the post office is. But they should have at least notified people, hey, we fixed your return and this is how much you're going to get and this is how you're going to get it. Because what I'm hearing right now is that some people are getting checks and some people are getting direct deposit. Now, I had cases, and it's still going on, with people with the stimulus checks, like my mother, who got the first stimulus check deposited electronically, but the second one mysteriously was sent by check. Uh, I actually got that backwards. I'm sorry. The first stimulus check was sent by a check. They mailed it to her. She got it. Okay, she's waiting for the second one and she never gets it. So I go and I track it down and it went to a bank account that she had closed. I don't even know how the IRS knew about that account, but I think they know everything now. So it's kind of strange. The system is broken, but this is good news. So what you need to do is if you collected unemployment and paid taxes on it and you did direct deposit and they have your bank info, check your bank account because you might have a surprise in there. You might have a couple of $1,000 in there from the IRS. uh, Now, another way to do it, because if they're sending you a check, you haven't gotten it yet, and who knows when you're going to get it. uh, Another way you might be able to do it is go online and see if it can be reflected in your account. I don't think so. It's too quick. But the third thing is, and really this is probably the second thing, unfortunately, you can call them and that's a job and a half. But what you got to do is you call them, and you call them on Wednesday mornings a couple of minutes before they open. Okay, so that's it. So let me just go through this article because there might be some more information in here. Uh, yeah, so over 13 million tax returns had to be adjusted. That's a lot of tax returns. And there's still uh, tax refunds that haven't gone to people yet, that are waiting for them. So, the good news is that it looks like they're fixing it, or they're trying to fix it. And oh, my friend Carlos San Marigio. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. So, how are you, Carlos? Yeah, yeah. We should connect, Carlos. I would love to interview on my podcast because I'm sure we both have a lot of stories to share with each other, and maybe some we can find some solutions for our clients. Because every time I turn around, there's another problem, there's another issue. I'd love to hear from you. Some of the things that I have going on is audits. Tax audits are going through the roof. That's probably good news for Carlos and I for our business. It's bad news if you're a small business owner. And it's going to get worse, folks. It's going to get worse because they're hiring over 80,000 new revenue agents and officers whose sole purpose is to find money, find people that aren't filing their taxes, that haven't paid taxes, that cheated on their taxes. And it's going to be scary. It's going to be very scary. And if you're a sole proprietor, a solopreneur, that you are the people that they're going to be targeting. Okay, because you're the most vulnerable. So, that's my story for tonight. I'm sticking with it. Carlos, if you could PM me, it would be great. Love to connect again with you. I haven't seen you in a long time. Hopefully, we'll connect in October. But that's my story. I'm sticking with it. Also, last but not least, I want to invite you to a workshop. We did this last month, and it's all about finding free money, grant money, how to use not for profits, crowdfunding. And I'm a CPA. We do taxes and bookkeeping, and this wasn't my forte, but we sort of fell into it because we got a great team that knows how to do it. There's money galore available out there. And I know this because I got some of it. We have clients that got some of it. We have Bedrock has a crowdfunding page we're putting up there now. It's pretty exciting if you think about, uh, you know, generating cash flow without increasing revenue. That's how I looked at it. Uh, okay, so I just got another here. Let's look at this. I text my daughter, and she got a check a couple of weeks ago, and she didn't know why. Now, you would think that the check would come with an explanation. I got a check a couple of weeks ago. It was actually a scam. I put an ad on Craigslist to sell a bed, and somebody like immediately wanted to buy it, and they wanted me to hold it for them. They said they were sending me a certified check, just hold it for them. And I wound up getting a check for like three times the amount that I was selling the bed for. But I could tell it was like a fake check. And I know that it came from them because they kept asking me if I got the check. Uh, so hopefully she got a check from the U.S. Department of Treasury and it cleared. But it just baffles me that they would send money without any kind of explanation. But that's what we're dealing with now, folks. I went a little longer than I wanted to. I thought this was going to be a 3-minute thing, but it is what it is. God bless. I will be back again tomorrow. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. And thank you. Good night.